Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Please take your seats. The meeting will come to order, and the clerk will call the roll, please. Councilmember Clifford?
Here.
Councilmember Evans? Councilmember Gruber?
Here.
Councilmember Lightfoot?
Here.
Councilmember Ortiz?
Here.
Councilmember Patterson? Here. Councilmember Spall?
Here.
Vice President McFadden?
Here.
President Scott?
Here. I'd like to ask council to please rise for a moment of silence. Councilmember Lightfoot, will you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us We will now do recognition ceremonies. We normally do not do council member recognitions at this meeting, but this is special. This is special. Council member Lightfoot received an award this year and was not able to travel to New York City for the award ceremony. I'd like to ask Bill Bastick. Mr. Bastick here? Yes. And Councilmember Lightfoot to please go to the podium. As they're preparing, I'd just like to point out that our esteemed colleague is getting all kinds of wonderful tributes and recognitions and awards, and because you're all that, Councilmember Lightfoot.
I will make this brief. Unfortunately, the council member could not join. It could happen to you at our annual awards banquet in New York City this past October. But on August 20th, Governor Cuomo signed into law legislation establishing the nation's first commission on prosecutorial conduct, which will serve as a body where the public can go, the defense community, and others who believe they've been wrongfully convicted. And by the way, New York is second in the nation in wrongful convictions, and wrongfully prosecuted can go to file a complaint when prosecutors withhold evidence and violate their own rules. What we did was, one of the key things that got this bill passed was a statewide campaign involving city councils across the state. And the city councils that really led this effort were the City of Hudson, City of Syracuse, the City of Yonkers, and God bless the City of Rochester, my home city. And we called upon Willie and we said, Willie, you're the guy. You care about public safety. You understand the law. And you've got deep roots in criminal justice reform in this community, so we think you're the guy to get the rest of the council members on board. And shortly after, the Senate and the Assembly overwhelmingly passed this bill, which is the first in the nation, by the way. This is landmark legislation. 45 years ago, the Commission on Judicial Conduct was established, and in New York State first, and every other state followed, and we believe other states will follow. And because of Willie's leadership, we presented awards to the other council members in the other cities that received this award. And so, Willie, thank you for circulating that letter. It got to the governor just on time, by the way. So it could happen to you. The 2018 Public Servant of Justice Award, presented to Council Member Willie Lightfoot, October 25th, 2018, and you were mentioned, by the way. Thank you for your commitment to enhancing equality and fairness in American justice. And thank you very much. And there are not too many council members across the state that have taken the stand and stood up to the District Attorneys Association in the state of New York, who fought for 5 years against this measure to establish a new culture of accountability. And you will have in your mailboxes probably tomorrow a letter to the editor of the Daily News that Alfonso David wrote. I think most of you know Alfonso David, the counsel to the governor, counteracting a shameless media campaign that the DA's Association has waged against this bill and setting the record straight. So next year we'll see a commission in place, and this will be history. California, Michigan, and Pennsylvania have already expressed an interest in joining this. So Willie, this is history.
Very brief. Thank you. Thank you. I accept this on behalf of the entire council because this was by default. Adam graciously allowed me to be public safety chairman, or Madam President allowed me to be public safety chairman. So I'm sure if they would have came to Adam with this, he would have did the right. This was just doing the right thing. So when he came to me, I said, of course, this is something we definitely want to do. Asked all of our council members if they would sign on. Every single council member signed on without any problem. So I'm just the one that just happened to get the thing rolling, but it's all of us. This council did this together. So I'm accepting this. I'm going to put it and display it for everybody. This is a city council award, but I'm grateful, and to God be the glory.
Thank you again, Willie. Thank you guys for your support.
That is wonderful. Next, we have the approval of minutes by Council Member Evans. Resolved that the minutes of the regular meeting, November. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0.
The following documents are hereby directed to be received and filed. The mayor submits the following: administrative cancellation or refund of erroneous taxes and charges, December 2018. The council submits disclosure of interest forms from Councilmember Gruber on introductory 429 and Councilmember Ortiz on introductory number 424 and introductory number 425.
It's time for the presentation of reference of petitions and any other communications. Are there any petitions? Okay. Hearing none, we'll now move to reports of standing committees and actions thereon. Vice President McFadden, the Finance Committee report, please.
Madam President, members of the council, the Finance Committee recommends for adoption the following entitled legislation. Introductory item number 14, authorizing an amendatory agreement with Ostroff Associates, Inc. for state lobbying services. Introductory item number 419, authorizing agreement for dental insurance. Introductory item number 420, bond ordinance of the City of Rochester, New York, authorizing the issuance of $18,795,000 bonds of said city to finance the costs of improvements to specified city school district schools. Introductory item number 421, authorizing an amendatory agreement for organizational design and strategic planning services. Introductory item number 422, resolution establishing the maximum number of commissioners of deeds. Introductory item number 455, authorizing an administrative tax cancellation and refunds of $1,000 or less for 2019. And introductory item number 457, resolution approving appointments to the Board of Assessment Review. This report was respectfully submitted by Council members Molly Clifford, Malik Evans, Michael Patterson, Council President Loretta Scott, and myself, Adam McFadden.
Thank you, Vice President McFadden. That report will be received, filed, and published, and will proceed with the vote. Introductory number 418, legislation for state lobbying services. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 419, legislation authorizing an agreement with Guardian Dental Plan Administration Services. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 420, a bond ordinance to fund the capital improvement plan for the Rochester City School District. This requires a roll call.
Councilmember Clifford?
Yes.
Councilmember Evans?
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber?
Yes.
Councilmember Lightfoot?
Yes.
Councilmember Ortiz?
Yes.
Councilmember Patterson?
Yes.
Councilmember Spall?
Yes.
Vice President McFadden? President Scott?
Yes. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 421, legislation for an amendatory agreement for organizational design and strategic planning services. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay.
Nay.
Motion carries 7-2. Hmm? Okay. Introductory number 422, a resolution establishing the maximum number of commissioners of deeds. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 455, legislation authorizing administrative tax cancellations and refunds of $1,000 or less for the year 2019. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 457, a resolution approving appointments to the Board of Assessment and Review. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Councilmember Patterson, the Neighborhood and Business Development Committee report, please.
To the Council, the Neighborhood and Business Development Committee recommends for adoption the following entitled legislation. Introductory number 423, authorizing the sale of real estate. Introductory number 424, authorizing credit bid agreement with the Rochester Land Bank Corporation. Introductory number 425, authorizing a shared services agreement with the Rochester Land Bank Corporation. Introductory number 426, authorizing a lease agreement for storage at the Port Terminal Building. Introductory number 427, authorizing an amendatory lease agreement for space in the Port Terminal Building. Introductory number 428, authorizing agreements to support housing quality improvements and enforcement related to Phase 2 of the Cities for Responsible Investment and Strategic Enforcement Program. Introductory number 429, authorizing appropriations in a mandatory agreement for application intake services for the city's housing repair program. Introductory number 430, authorizing receipt and use of grant funds and agreements for housing repair programs as amended. Introductory number 431, authorizing receipt and use of grant funds and agreements for the Brownfield Cleanup Revolving Loan Fund program. Introductory number 432, authorizing the assumption of debt, amending of loan agreements, and payments in lieu of taxes for the St. Bernard's Affordable Senior Rental Development. Introductory number 433, authorizing an mandatory agreement for planning services for the Bull's Head Revitalization Project. Introductory number 434, a resolution approving appointments to the City Planning Commission. Introductory number 456, local law extending the residential commercial urban exemption program. This report is respectfully submitted by President Loretta C. Scott, Vice President Adam C. McFadden, and Council members Willie J. Lightfoot, Jacqueline Ortiz, and myself, Michael A. Patterson.
Thank you, Councilmember Patterson. That report will be received, filed, and published, and will proceed with the vote. Introductory number 423, legislation for the sale of 11 properties. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 424, legislation authorizing a credit bid agreement with the Rochester Land Bank Corporation. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 8-0-1. Introductory number 425, legislation for an agreement for shared services with the Rochester Land Bank Corporation. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 801. Introductory number 426, legislation for a lease agreement for California Rolling 2 for storage at the Port Terminal Building. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 427, legislation for a lease agreement for the jetty at the Port Terminal Building. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 428, legislation for a grant agreement for cities for responsible investment and strategic enforcement, Phase 2. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 429, legislation for mandatory agreements with Action for a Better Community and Pathstone Corporation. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay.
President Scott, I abstain as a board member of ABC.
Motion carries 801. Introductory number 430, as amended, legislation for a funding award for housing repair programs. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 431, legislation for the Brownfield Cleanup Revolving Loan Fund. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 432, legislation for the assumption of loans and a payment in lieu of taxes agreement for the St. Bernard's Affordable Senior Rental Project. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 433, legislation for an amendatory agreement with Fisher Associates for the Bull's Head Revitalization Project. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 434, resolution approving appointments to the City Planning Commission. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 456, a local law extending the residential commercial urban exemption program. This requires a roll call.
Councilmember Clifford?
No.
Councilmember Evans?
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber?
Yes.
Councilmember Lightfoot?
Yes.
Councilmember Ortiz? Councilmember Patterson?
Absolutely.
Councilmember Spall?
Yes.
Vice President McFadden? President Scott?
Yes. Motion carries 8-1. Councilmember Evans, the Parks and Public Works Committee report, please.
Yes, Madam President and to members of the council, the Parks and Public Works Committee recommend for adoption the following entitled legislation. Introductory number 435, authorizing an amendatory agreement with CNS Engineers, Inc. for the 2018 Preventative Maintenance Group 2 project. Introductory number 436, a bond ordinance of the City of Rochester, New York, authorizing the issuance of $592,000 in bonds of said city to finance certain costs of the 2019 annual parking garage evaluation and repair program. Introductory number 437, bond ordinance of the City of Rochester, New York, authorizing the issuance of $840,000 in bonds of said city to finance certain costs of the 2019 annual parking garage evaluation and repair program, South Avenue Garage. Introductory number 438, authorizing agreements for street light system improvements. Introductory number 439, authorizing appropriation and amendatory agreement for design services for the East Henrietta Road Improvement Project, South City Line to Stan Yale Drive. Introductory number 440, amending ordinance number 2017-143, authorizing an agreement to allow the placement of cellular wireless communications equipment on city-owned streetlight poles. Introductory number 441, authorizing an agreement extension with New York State Department of Transportation for snow and ice control. Introductory number 442, authorizing an agreement for the Arconic Foundation grant. And introductory number 443, authorizing receipt and use of grant funds and authorizing agreements for the Brownfield Opportunity Area Site Assessment Program. Introductory number 444, authorizing receipt and use of Brownfield Cleanup Grant funds for 121 to 123 Reynolds Street. Introductory number 445, authorizing agreements for services related to hazardous materials management. Introductory number 446, authorizing an agreement for energy program support services. Introductory number 447, authorizing an agreement for hydraulic model support services. And lastly, introductory number 448, authorizing an agreement for the management of the Blue Cross Arena at the War Memorial in the Court Street parking lot and amending user fees. This report is respectfully submitted by Councilmember Mitch Gruber, Councilmember Elaine M. Spall, Vice President Adam C. McFadden, President Loretta C. Scott, and myself, Malik Evans.
Thank you, Councilmember Evans. That report will be received, filed, and published, and will proceed with the vote. Introductory number 435, legislation for an agreement with CNS engineers. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 436, a bond ordinance for the 2019 Annual Parking Garage Evaluation and Repair Program. This requires a roll call.
Councilmember Clifford?
Yes.
Councilmember Evans?
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber?
Yes.
Councilmember Lightfoot?
Yes.
Councilmember Ortiz? Councilmember Patterson? Councilmember Spall?
Yes.
Vice President McFadden? President Scott?
Yes. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 437, a bond ordinance for the 2019 South Avenue Parking Garage Evaluation and Repair Program. This requires a roll call.
Councilmember Clifford?
Yes.
Councilmember Evans?
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber?
Yes.
Councilmember Lightfoot?
Yes.
Councilmember Ortiz? Councilmember Patterson? Councilmember Spall?
Yes.
Vice President McFadden? President Scott?
Yes. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 438, legislation for street light system improvements. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 439, legislation for the East Henrietta Road Improvement Project. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 440, legislation amending ordinance number 2017-143 in regards to placement of cellular wireless communications equipment on city-owned street light poles. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 441, legislation for an agreement with New York State for snow and ice control services. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 442, legislation for the Arcanic Foundation grant. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 443, legislation for grant funds and authorizing agreements for Brownfield Opportunity Area Site Assessment Program. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 444, legislation for the 121 to 123 Reynolds Street Brownfield Cleanup Project. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 445, legislation for services related to hazardous materials management services. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 446, legislation for energy program support services. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 447, legislation for hydraulic model support services. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 448, legislation for an operating agreement for the Blue Cross Arena at the War Memorial. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Councilmember Lightfoot, the Public Safety, Youth, and Recreation Committee report, please.
Thank you, Madam President. To this honorable body, the Public Safety, Youth, and Recreation Committee recommends for adoption the following entitled legislation. Introductory number 449, appropriating funds and amending the 2018-19 budget for Project Clean. Introductory number 450, authorizing an intermunicipal agreement with the County of Monroe for funding for firearms instruction. Introduction number 451, authorizing agreement for the rock music program. Introduction number 452, authorizing agreements and funding for the comprehensive adolescent pregnancy prevention program. Introduction number 453, authorizing agreement for the Rochester City Soccer League. This report was respectfully submitted by Councilmember Mitch Gruber, Councilwoman Jacqueline Ortiz, Vice President Adam C. McFadden, President Loretta C. Scott, and myself, Willie J. Lightfoot.
Thank you, Councilmember Lightfoot. That report will be received, filed, and published, and will proceed with the vote. Introductory number, 449, legislation for Project Clean. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 450, an intermunicipal agreement with Monroe County for firearms instruction. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 451, legislation for an agreement for the rock music program. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 452, legislation for the Comprehensive Adolescent Pregnancy Prevention Program grant. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Introductory number 453, legislation for the Rochester City Soccer League. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Councilmember Spall, the Arts and Culture Committee report, please.
Thank you, President Scott. The Arts and Cultural Committee recommends for adoption the following entitled legislation. Introductory number 454, authorizing an agreement for ticket sales and box office management of city-produced events. This was entitled legislation from Molly Clifford, Michael Patterson, Vice President Adam C. McFadden, President Loretta C. Scott, and myself, Elaine Spall.
Thank you, Councilmember Spall. Their report will be received, filed, and published, and we'll proceed with the vote. Introductory number 454, legislation with Rochester Broadway Theater League for ticket sales and box office management of city-produced events. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 9-0. Is there any miscellaneous business to come before this city council? There being none, thank you, everyone, and on behalf of myself and the world, I want to wish you all a happy holiday, a Merry Christmas, and all of that. Meeting is adjourned.
Jerome Malik.
What time is it? Look how she bouncing up there like she got business to handle. The road.
Bond ordinances, local improvement ordinances, and local laws. They all have laws. Now, if you want more detail, you can check with the law department. They just explain it. I just know that they have it. Three, bond ordinances, local improvement.
Local laws.
And local laws.
There's only 6.
So we probably need to be in uniform.
My what? It's right there. Now I gotta, you gotta, where'd she go? Oh, right here. Okay. Wait a minute.
group chat. I guess the first time I texted him was like, hey, I'm going down to do this marathon in Virginia or something. Let me